I support the right to bear arms. I support the Second Amendment. But within that Second Amendment, just like there are limits on the First Amendment, freedom of speech, there can be common sense limits to that constitutional right. States can enforce regulations that have been upheld by our federal courts across the country. For example, limiting high-capacity magazines, raising the age of purchase an assault weapon to 21. Those are constitutional, common sense, and still protect law-abiding gun owners.
But those proposals did not make it through this past legislative session, despite new Democratic control in Olympia and national focus on the issue of gun safety in the wake of Parkland, Florida.
It's not right what's going on. It's just not. And I take no joy in a criticism of people I respect in the state legislature, but they just need to do a better job.
A Washington State AG Bob Ferguson hinted a citizen initiative could be on the horizon.
I would be surprised if there was not something on the ballot this year, or an effort to put something on the ballot this year around raising the age to purchase an assault weapon, limiting high-capacity magazines, or even banning the sale of assault weapons. I just think there's a lot of momentum, a lot of folks are interested. It takes a lot of work to get something on the ballot, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't a serious attempt made to put some combination of those proposals on the ballot for the people this year, because the legislature simply won't do it.
Protect kids, not guns!
The issue of gun safety is politically complicated, with impassioned activists on both sides of the debate. But today it was thousands of students who stole the spotlight and asked lawmakers to act to make sure their schools are safe.
There's no one solution to this huge problem.
In addition to an ongoing discussion of gun safety, the AG's office will become part of a new state task force to try and identify and intervene against potential threats. The group will look at school safety and try to identify where there might be gaps.
I think we can have a more comprehensive approach on giving more clear guidance for students or other folks or parents to notify law enforcement.
The goal that unites everyone, preventing future tragedies. Communities are now leaning on each other for support and ideas as the nation continues to mourn the lives lost 1 month ago today.
Look, when there's a shooting like this, AGs are often having a conversation and comparing notes about what we're doing, what we're trying in our respective states, what's working, what's not working. And so that's a conversation that's certainly taking place directly from AG to AG, yes.
And that includes talking about what laws are working or not working. And one law that we do have on the books here in Washington State is the newly passed initiative, Extreme Risk Protection Orders, where you can actually petition a court if you're worried about a loved one, if there's evidence that they might be a threat to themselves or others. And I keep bringing this up because it's come to light recently that a lot of folks here in Washington and families aren't aware that this is a new tool, a new law that we already have in place. And now other states are actually passing something similar, including the Florida legislature.
And where does one access this protection order? Police?
If they're concerned, you contact local law enforcement, and then that starts the process to figure out how to petition a court. You go before a judge. There obviously has to be due process and evidence, but it's an important law to highlight since it is in place here in Washington State.